If you resist lawful orders, you're going to jail. Let me be very clear about that. If you block an intersection or a roadway in Brevard County, you are going to jail. If you flee arrest, you're going to go to jail tired because we are going to run you down and put you in jail. If you try to mob rule a car in Brevard County, gathering around it, refusing to let the driver leave, in our county, you're most likely going to get run over and dragged across the street. If you spit on us, you're going to the hospital and in jail. If you hit one of us, you're going to the hospital and jail, and most likely get bitten by one of our big, beautiful dogs that we have here. If you throw a brick, a firebomb, or point a gun at one of our deputies, we will be notifying your family where to collect your remains at, because we will kill you graveyard dead.
Why do we not have more sheriffs like this? This is the guy that we need to clone about, I'm going to go ahead and say 2,173 of them, because I think that's how many counties we have in the United States. Every county should have a sheriff like that. I like Grady Judd. I'm going to take this guy. I don't even know who he is. Maybe he works for Grady Judd. Maybe he's Grady Judd's brother. Well, that's who I want. And after what I've seen in Minneapolis, Minnesota, or Minnesota period, I don't even know if it's Minneapolis anymore. I think it's called Mogadishu or Somaliapolis or whatever you want to call it. Liberalapolis. I believe that's what we need. Is we need some damn, this sheriff sounded like he's right out of the book of Revelations. New live stream this morning. We're going to talk a lot about stuff. Join the channel as a member. We've got a members only live stream coming up right after this show. It'll take us right into it. It'll be members only. So get your memberships, join in. We had Andrew Bronca on last night, and man, what a real education in how the law is working against us, how the law can be used, but how we might not be able to vote ourselves out of this, because things are bad, really bad. And you notice the thumbnail, Time for Justice. I think Lady Liberty is crying. She's shedding some tears. I think Donald Trump has something up his sleeve. I don't know what it is. I've got the utmost of faith in my president. He is my president. And for all the liberals that are watching, he's your president too. We were told that under the Obama administration. But President Trump apparently has waited before coming out and really engaging in this whole thing in Minnesota. Measure twice, cut once, I believe is what he's like, his method. But there's a reporter that got word from Trump or got some information from Trump. And I don't know what your thoughts are on this. But I want to know what you think about what this reporter says. I have no reason to disbelieve him. It sounds logical. Let's go right here. So listen to what this guy says. I think Trump is onto something here.
About 3,000 protesters out today in downtown Minneapolis. They were largely peaceful, just chanting that they want ICE out. That's a far cry from what we saw yesterday. Yesterday, violent confrontations between protesters who were lobbing pieces of ice at Minneapolis police officers. Those officers responded with tear gas 4 or 5 times. They were outnumbered, though. In the end, the protesters took control of about a square block in downtown Minneapolis. They set up roadblocks, but eventually this morning they were pushed out, traffic running again. As for that shooting that occurred about 9 o'clock on Saturday morning, that's when the crowds really began to gather. But the border commander says he is praising the work of his troops, saying they performed as necessary here in the city.
Let's think of what those agents were doing on that scene, making a split-second decision. You've had 24 hours to try and armchair quarterback things. That agent had a split second to make a decision.
A very different tone from the governor, who basically says it's the federal agents who are responsible for everything that is going wrong here on the street.
my question is, what's the plan, Donald Trump? What is the plan? What do we need to do to get these federal agents out of our state? You thought fear, violence, and chaos is what you wanted from us, and you clearly underestimated the people of this state and nation.
So a protest of 3,000 strong today, more planned for tomorrow. They say they're not going away until ICE leaves the city. Guys, back to you.
Do you think that the president is going to cave? Do you think he's going to give in? I don't think he's going to give in. I think he stood up to some of the most powerful, dumb leaders around the planet. I don't think Trump has any plan to back down. I don't think Trump has any plan to stand down. But the Democrat Party is actually putting illegal aliens above you. They are planning to shut the government down for people that should not be in this country, for people that are robbing us blind. And when it boils down to everything, that's the part that bothers me the most. It's not the part that these people are going to say they're expressing free speech and all this other stuff, right? Free speech, as much as I hate to see it, burn the flag. I hate to see it, but it bothers me. But the part that when you boil it down to everything, just down, you get all the water out of the pan. The part that bothers me, especially in the job that I do, is that these illegal aliens are the priority. To the point that these people behind the scenes, they have this little underground network, and they're actually coordinating in this underground network against the American people. And I've got a copy here, or a link to the documents where it all is shown. And I'm going to show you some of this. It's very disturbing, but there's a boots on the ground, I don't know if you want to call him a journalist. I don't know if I want to insult him like that. But there's a guy by the name of Cam Higbee, and he infiltrated these Signalgate chats, the same thing that the Democrats tried to go after Pete Hegseth for using. Signalgate. Signal's a messaging app. I've got it on my phone. I use it with some people. So Cam Higbee infiltrates the chats, linking Minnesota state reps Brad Tabke, Alex Falconer, and also the Lieutenant Governor, Peggy Flanagan, as the alleged admin. And I hate using the word alleged, but I can't prove it otherwise. Let's just say more than likely the admin. I wouldn't put it past them. And what it's doing, it is actually coordinating the protest. It is coordinating how they follow vehicles. It's coordinating, they're leaking all the information where the people live. They're giving them information on how to disrupt. Now, this Alex Preddy, they always want to latch on to the guy's job. Has anybody ever said what Ashley Babbitt's job was? Has anybody ever said what Tina Peters' job was? Has anybody ever said what Laken Riley, what her job or what her potential job was? They don't. They don't. It's only when it's convenient, and typically it's for this.
Oh, won't somebody please think of the children?
Just think of the children,
Think
right?
of the children.
It's always to think of the
Somebody
children.
Please think.
That's the way this works. Now, this issue has spread across the country. They're doing the same thing in Maine, right? I want to show you this. This is, and then I'm going to show you the documents. Okay, I'll show you the documents. I'm going to show you this clip first, and then we'll get to the documents. But this is an interesting take. Check out my sponsor right down there at the bottom, mypillow.com/veteran. Give them a call. Mike Lindell, use the code veteran, 40% off. Help him fund his campaign.
These signal chats that was broken into by a conservative journalist, he got into the left's coordinate, the way they talk to each other. And it was a lot was exposed. You know what was exposed? That the lieutenant governor is involved. That this is not some anger, people just angry about ICE. This is a coordinated, well-funded insurrection against the federal government. That's why I don't know why Trump hasn't instituted the Insurrection Act. This is a well-funded, Tim Walz, the corrupt governor who had to step down in disgrace because he stole, with the partnership of the Somalian community, $9 billion from the American people. It has been using the National Guard to give food to the rioters. The lieutenant governor was in there. The senators, administration officials, all sponsoring, campaign managers sponsoring these riots. If that's not an insurrection, I don't know what is. Because remember, Trump was almost jailed for 100 years for January 6th. And this is way worse than January 6th. This is way worse than January 6th. But it's okay when Democrats do it. That's what I said. And that's why so many Republicans are pissed off. Because they feel, and that's why I just don't think that Bondi was the person for the job. Not for this hour. People want real accountability. And even Trump has called her out. I know you investigated, but people want people in handcuffs because they saw what the Democrats did when they had power. People were arrested under the Democrats. People were actually jailed. Politicians. Look at Tina Peters, still in jail. Look at what happened with Bannon and other Trump officials jailed. But you got these people leading a whole insurrection against the federal government, speaking, calling them Nazi Germany and Gestapo, and nothing is being done about it. You know what Pam Donnie did? She sent a letter, a really strong letter. You don't care. They don't care.
I don't know if he's wrong. I don't know if this guy's wrong. Let me go ahead and flush the troll here. I got one troll to flush. Let's go right there. Squirrel, down to the pooper with you. Had to flush one troll. Thank you for the new members. We flush trolls here. Map Killer, thank you very much for becoming a member. JT, thank you for a member. Roadside Garage, after the Signal Chat scandal broke, it seems like thousands of rioters took flight. I don't know about that. I'm not living there. I don't want to go there. But let me show you, and I've shared this on my X page, okay? Thank you for the memberships, becoming the members on the channel. So here is the link that I will share on my X page. It says, I suggest everyone read through the document. Read through the document. If you want to support the channel, you can also donate with the Cash App up there. Read through the document. Attached articles, research the authors. Happy hunting. Now, let me go here. This is the article or document that these clowns have put together. They documented everything. Minnesota community response. I will put this link in my Twitter page. I will put a link to it. Look at this. The tactic. Knock on doors, make a flyer, gather in person. Let's get to the good part. Examples in action. Rogers Park, Chicago. The Audible emergency lot. This is the part I hate. I hate the damn whistles. You come in me with a whistle like this, I am knocking your teeth out. And then they've got all the articles. Whistle mania. Whistles take over Chicago. Residents are blowing actual whistles. They can blow something else. I hate the whistles. Chicago's teacher union. So they are detailing everything else. Public whistle training. Then they've got the Rapid Response Network. Fast communications. I mean, this is this is like war plans. This is very coordinated. Then they've got Defend the 612. I guess this is the area code for that area. They have a rapid response line, right? They have Federal Threat Powder Horn. where they've got everything mapped out. This is super coordinated. This is not some cross-dresser with bad teeth and a meth habit. This is real coordination. Look at it. Let's see if we can open this link here. Ojo Abrero. I don't even know what this. Oh, okay. Here we go. Let's go share this tab. So this is a map of everything. See, they got the map of all this stuff going on. These people, and it's in Spanish. Of course, it's in Spanish. What am I thinking? I will put all of this. Then they've got this app called Ice Block. Remember that one? It was supposed to get shut down. And look at all the CNNs. This is the guy that started it. This is coordinated. I believe this is treasonous. I believe this is a coup to take over the state or the city in Minnesota. I believe this is an actual military coordinated tactic. Someone is really thorough with this crap. Look at this. I thought Tim Walz was a moron. He is probably a supervillain from Bond. Look at this. They've got videos linking everything. Look at this one. Oh, of course it's on Blue Sky, right? They've got videos linking everything on Blue Sky. Mercado Media is all over this. Lowering the comfort and raising the internal moral tension. This is where they teach them to go to the hotels. I went through all these documents until about 2:00 last night. Look at this. Examples in action. Art in the windows. The neighborhood-wide casa. I don't even know what that is. I can't even pronounce it. I'm a retard, right? Business workplace outreach. This is like 41 pages of how to destroy a city in 41 pages. Look, here's where they get into the good stuff. Tools and technology, Signal, Proton Mail, CryptPad. I don't even know what that is. Encrypted, hosted in France. Rise Up Etherpads, Proton VPN, Action Network, Get Through, peer-to-peer text messaging, 6 cents, Action Builder, Empower, Jiltsy, I don't know what that is. Grinder, I don't know what that is. I don't want to know what these things are. But these are war tactics. These are tactics. This is not an unorganized effort. This has George Soros written all over it. Super chat rolling in. Rebel. Keep in mind, these docs are AI generated. These people are literally vibe coding their insurrection. They brag about it in their protests. It might very well be AI generated, but it's really good. Thank you for the super chat. Whistler wife. I hate whistles. Damn it. Thank you for joining the channel. I appreciate that. No, it's great. Rick Romes. Well funded. That's what they have that Republicans don't have. There's some evil villain funding all of this. And Rick, thank you for the $5 to help fund this. Kartika Tomlinson, thank you very much. 3304. This is well funded, guys. Extremely well funded. I'm going to put this link into my what do you call it? My X post. I'll put an X post in there and you can all follow it. You can all read this for yourself. You can all share it. You can all use it against them. These people are, here we go. Proton, let's see, sedition plan. There we go. I'm going to put the Proton sedition plan. That's what I'm calling it. It's on my X page, right? It's on my X page. And if you follow me on X, right here, subvet retired, got shipwreck, actually sailor. Right here, I just put the link there. Proton Drive. I'm going to pin it to the very top, pin it to my profile. And you can see here, we're streaming on X right now. We're streaming. You can see the what's that called? Inception, where you see what you see, what you see. I'm just a dude looking at a dude, looking at a dude. They've got to track the money. The money has to be found. And I don't know what happens. I don't know what happens next after they do this. But they've got to do it. We have got to get to the bottom of this. Now, how many of you have thought about, well, let's think about this. You go to the emergency room. Let me put my phone on silent. Thank you very much for the super chat. Gary signal chat or Cash App donation. Gary, 2776. Thank you. Typically 1776, but I'm glad you messed your finger up there. Okay. Somebody, oh God. Oh, Pete Hegseth has let us down. Sadly, he'd be great if he wasn't ruined. Go to hell. Literally go to hell. What has Pete Hegseth done to let you down? Get out of my face. You are absolutely insane. Pete Hegseth has not let anybody down. They've been dropping drone strikes, warheads on foreheads like nobody's business. You're a disruptor. You're a clown. You're an absolute clown. Just go away. Let's go here. Go watch a liberal channel. Now, this is one that I really find disturbing. My wife showed me this, or actually my daughter did. Eric Martindale is a nurse, a Florida nurse, registered Florida nurse, says he won't, nurse, an anesthetist, I think is how you say it. I can't say it. Says he won't give anesthesia for Republicans undergoing surgery and believes that that's his right and is ethical. He needs to be fired, stripped of his license immediately. Florida Nursing Board was tagged. Look at the comment that this guy put, right? Look at the comment. You see this? I will not perform anesthesia for any surgeries for procedures for MAGA. It is my right. It is my ethical oath. I stand by my education. I own all of my businesses and I can refuse anyone. As a citizen, you can refuse, and a business owner, you can refuse anyone. I agree completely. And I support the right of this guy to refuse anyone's business. If I don't want you coming in my business, I'll kick you out. You come in the chat and say something stupid, I will kick you out, right? This is my business. I support the right for him to refuse businesses to anyone. What I would like to know is, or I would like to see is, I would like to see this guy investigated to see if there have been any accidents. Wonder why he's wearing a mask? Well, he's a nurse and it looks like he's in the ER. Typically, that's why they wear a mask. Ben has his boots on. Absolutely. I'll kick you out. I don't care. I won't see a liberal doctor. Find a conservative doctor. Find a conservative doctor that's not pushing the Fauci, right? Find one. I don't want him doing anything for me with that attitude. I agree. The hospital would have kept it hush-hush. He's private. It says he's got a private business. How does he know who's MAGA? Probably goes through your phone once he puts you out. I don't know. Who knows? If you don't respect our country, you're going to feel the weight of strength of our government. Huh. Okay. You have all the rights to deny someone. Let's do this. Let's do a poll. We got a poll in the chat right now. Is this treason by the Minnesota governor and lieutenant governor? 98% of you, almost 900 votes voted yes. So let's do this. Can he refuse service to anyone? I think you can. I think you can refuse service to anyone you want. And I'm okay with any business. Let's see here. Can any business refuse service to anyone? I think it's your right. If I don't like you, I don't have to allow you to have business here. I think if you smell bad, I can vote you out. If you look bad, I'll vote you out. If you have a t-shirt on that I don't like, I'll vote you out. But you take this Hippocratic oath. I think Stan just said that. You take the Hippocratic oath And you're supposed to help anybody in need. You're absolutely right. I was talking to some family about that. Nurses, doctors, paramedics. Do you think a paramedic rolls up on a scene? They're like, this is a horrible traffic accident, but the guy's got a Trump sticker on there. I'm not helping him. That's bad. When I was a bartender, that was the case, but medical is different. Queens B. Yeah. I think medical is different. It might fall into a different category. But if he's got his own private practice, that changes the avenue there, right? I mean, that's just my opinion, and I'm retarded. So you let me know what you think. Let's go here. I really want to show you something that I ran across regarding Elon Musk. And it seems like Elon Musk is back into the fray. So there was a post here by Insurrection Barbie. Good account to follow. The Insurrection Act's been invoked 30 times, 17 different presidents. 37% of American presidents have invoked the Insurrection Act. It was invoked to deal with rebellions and uprisings. What are rebellions? Armed groups openly defied federal law. That seems like, does that look like what's happening in Minnesota? State or local authorities could not or would not enforce federal law. There was a guy last night, an officer outside of a hotel that was, what do you call it? Injured, bleeding. I think he was hitting his nose. It was blood just poured out of his nose. He had blood all over his hand. That's violence against a police officer, you ask me. Is federal agents, violence. Somebody had their finger bit off. Looks like that. Here's the good one. Courts were blocked. Taxes couldn't be collected, or officials were attacked. Now, Trump wasn't the president whenever he was shot, but he was attacked. All right, here. Look, I just described Minnesota. Okay, so we've labeled everything. Elon Musk comes out, says, time to invoke the Insurrection Act. It damn sure seems like Elon is leaning on the president to do that. I think there's a lot of people in the chat. The plan is to arrest government poophead. Okay. The question is what's going to be done about it? I don't think you'll ever get some of these politicians into a courtroom in Minnesota. You might have to do some level of Maduro raid. You might have to do some Maduro type raid. Somebody brought up the fact about Medicare. If you're on Medicare, if you're about to get into Medicare, if you want to know if you're on the right plan, give these guys a call. 332-867-1305, sponsor on the channel. We've had multiple people say thousands of dollars. And you're right. If that nurse is accepting Medicare, he's probably got to accept anyone. I guarantee you would help an illegal alien. Right? So check them out. 332-867-1305. That's one of the sponsors here on the channel. It keeps the channel growing and helps me do what I do to help some veterans. Let's go right here. Wait, I thought I had that lined up. I am a little slow. I got to get some more coffee here. Hold on. Great coffee this morning. Great. Best cup of coffee I've had all day. It's the second one, but it's a good one. Okay. Excuse me. I'm not feeling well. Not feeling well at all. Here we go. We got Tim Burchett. Tim Burchett posted on X. We don't need strongly worded letters. We need dirt bags and chains. Talking about, I mean, he just sent a nuke at Pam Bondi. I mean, that is a direct comment towards Pam Bondi. I'll show you his real post right here. We don't need strongly worded letters. We need dirt bags in chains. I believe this is directed at a couple of people. Jim Jordan, James Comer, Pam Bondi, Bill Clinton, Hillary Clinton. So here's where the left goes. Here's the trolls, where they're trying to assimilate Nazi Germany to what happened in Minnesota. Okay. And they're trolling him too. ICE murder an American in broad daylight. No, they did not murder anyone. I think there was a conflict. There was a scuffle. Somebody died. I don't think that's murder. Prove me wrong. But I said something about Bill Clinton. So Bill Clinton chimed in with this statement, right? And he says, over the course of a lifetime, we face only a few moments where the decisions we make and the actions we'll take will shape our history for years to come. Yeah, you were banging an intern. You put cigars into a planet. You put cigars into a planet. The planet was called Uranus. If you got the joke, thank you. Tim Burchett calls out Bill Clinton. You bombed an aspirin factory to take your bad decisions out of the headlines. I'd sit this one out. I love it. That's how we have to treat these people. We have to treat these people like morons. Look at this. I'm old enough to remember when Bill Clinton and Janet Reno sent men with weapons to kick a child refugee out of America, and Democrats cheered. So true. So true. The 1993 Waco massacre, 51-day standoff between Texas police, Branch Davidian religious group, resulted in 86 people dead, 25 children. Bill Clinton was in charge. Bill Clinton, Janet Reno. I believe Merrick Garland was an FBI agent on the ground, or an agent on the ground there. I know James Comey was. Right? That's how you smoke a Cuban? Yeah, I guess so. I don't understand how Bill Clinton weighs in on any of this. This is why ICE is in your cities. You sat silent for years. Look at this. You can't deny what's happening right now. If you try, somebody said Waco was so bad. Are we about to see a Waco type event in Minnesota? Ruby Ridge under Bill as well, was it? Okay. Okay, I didn't know that. I wasn't sure who the president was under Ruby Ridge. I kind of thought it was Bush, but okay. Yeah, they're not saying anything about these conservative ladies. Nothing at all. Nothing. Nothing at all about the conservatives. And this is, it said right here, these are reasons why I don't care about your ICE protest. They are putting illegal aliens over American citizens. You can't deny it. Can any businesses refuse service to anyone? 83% say yes, 17% say no. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not baking a cake. If I got a bakery, I'm not baking a cake for the KKK. I'm not baking a cake for minor attracted people. Says Ruby Ridge was under Obama. I think it was under Clinton as well. Now that Garland was involved in Waco, Ruby Ridge, and OKC. Damn. Okay. Garland's got some notches on his bedpost. Somebody said it was Bush Senior. Okay. Let me go this. Let's go here. I hate to be a doom and gloomer. Does Minnesota turn very, very violent? And I don't want to type the word that I want to use there because it's 4 letters. Does Minnesota turn into a Ruby Ridge? Does it turn into a Waco? Does it turn into an Oklahoma City? I don't know if I can underestimate what we're seeing from any of these political parties as to what they would do to stop the current administration. I think they would stop any, they would get rid of any one of you, myself included, to pass their agenda. You will never convince me otherwise of that. Never. Let's hear it from the community planner himself, right? Let's hear it from the community planner himself. Obama was the deporter in chief. Pretty based comments, what he was saying there. I mean, like really based. Somebody brings up a comment, Voodoo. Strange feeling ICE is going to lose an agent in the coming days. I mean, Voodoo, statistically, and the chaos that we're seeing right now, I don't think there's anyone that can argue with you about that. They've been attacked. They've been on the ground. They've been beaten. They've been hit with cars. It's the next logical step for ICE or for these protesters is to take one out. It's the next logical step. King of Biltong agrees with you. Let's put a poll in the chat here. We got 600 votes. Does Minnesota turn very, very violent? 90% of you say yes. Okay. Some of you may even already consider it very violent right now, but I'm talking civil unrest. Let's see here. I'm going to use this term loosely, protesters take an ICE agent out? Is that their goal? To actually take an ICE agent? Ruby Ridge was August of 92. I believe that would have been Clinton. Tell me if I'm wrong. I think it might have been Clinton. Waco 93. Once again, always a stain. Yeah, Obama. I think ICE is their number one target. They have been putting illegals over citizens. What is new? Well, I'll tell you what does anybody know when the big flip happened? Because Obama sounded pretty based. But I believe what happened. Oh, it was Bush Sr. and Bill Barr. Damn. Okay. Thank you. Let me give you.
Amen. Hallelujah. And boom shakalaka.
Okay. I don't manifest anything. I'm not a witch. I don't believe in manifestation. That's witchcraft, in my opinion. That's witchcraft. I don't manifest anything. Okay. So don't come at me with this crap. Voodoo or whatever, black magic. I don't believe in that crap. I believe Satanism's real, and that's the dark arts, but this isn't what we're talking about. The big flip happened after Obama left office, or maybe while he was in office, that the Democrats realized that Obama had so radically changed America that Democrats were leaving the Democrat Party. So they had to replace the Democrats leaving the Democrat Party. And the only way they could do it was illegal aliens. And I believe George Soros, I believe Saul Alinsky, I believe Obama, I believe the Clintons, hell, I believe even the Bushes got together. I believe the Bilderbergs, WEF, World Health Organization, I believe they all got together in some level, like what was the place where they meet out in Oregon? Alex Jones infiltrated it. What's that called? Gosh, I can't think of it. It's like a secret place. It's a cabal, right? I believe they all got together and they said, hey, Obama destroyed the Democrat Party. Bohemian Grove, thank you.
How dare you?
Obama destroyed the voting base of the Democrat Party. We have to replace the people that are leaving. And I believe that's when the Democrats all switched to support illegals coming in. Because before you saw that, he was very based. Bush, yeah, we've gotten past that. We know who the president was at that time. Big time RICO Act, every socialist sanctuary city. I hate to agree with you, Gooch. Gooch, I don't want to agree with you, but I don't doubt your statement. We see an improvised device. I don't doubt that statement at all. Douglas gave away 5 memberships. If you become a member, go to the community post page and you can join the channel as or you can get in the private Discord. Absolutely. Get in there. It's nothing but patriots. Nothing but patriots. Okay. And go to the community post page, click there. There's a hyperlink for that and get in the thing. Let me put another link here. Join the channel. Okay. We got 3,700 people watching. Smash the like and subscribe button. Okay. Really appreciate it. You want to support the channel? Feel free. There's multiple ways. There's multiple ways to do that. But we're seeing this flip. And I think Minnesota is the tip of the iceberg. A new world order? Yes. I believe when this goes to California, I believe when this goes to Texas, when this goes to Chicago, when this goes to Arizona, when this goes to New Mexico, when this goes to New York, when this goes to whatever sanctuary, when this goes to Atlanta, it's going to get Western. OK Corral, Tombstone, Wyatt Earp, Doc Holliday. I'll be your Huckleberry. That Hucklebearer. Sorry, Hucklebearer. I'll carry your coffin. I think it's going to get worse. Minnesota is the tip of the iceberg. Sadly, it's the Petri dish full of poop. That's what it is. It's the Petri dish full of doo-doo. And they are regurgitating and replicating doo-doo. Please don't come to Atlanta. Why? Are you an illegal? Chad, USA? I think ICE needs to go to Atlanta. All the ring-nose cities? Okay, I got one for you. You want to see something interesting? It's funny you mention ring-nose cities. Funny you mention that. Okay, here we go. It's funny you mention that. This guy right here, this is a well-documented, well, he's just trolling these people, but it's pretty funny. Check this out. You'll love this.
I'm just driving through my neighborhood, looking for ICE agents, trying to do my part, trying to protect my illegal criminal fellow human beings safe from ICE. Because this is ridiculous what's going on. Oh, what is this? We have an ICE agent here. Get my whistle ready. ICE! ICE! Run for your life! Run! ICE is here, everybody! ICE! I think we scared him away. We did it! A hero!
There you go. Someone is trolling them. Chad, I meant the rioting. Absolutely. Chad lives in Atlanta. He doesn't want any rioting there. I don't wish any rioting on anyone. It has definitely become protests have crossed the Rubicon. It's not protesting anymore. It's not. It is actual rioting. We know it as good as anyone else. And at some point, this has to be stopped. Donald Trump, it looks like, is trying to stop it now. He just sent this to, this is a True Social post. The Chad, thank you for being a member 3 months. True Social post by Donald Trump. I'm hereby calling on Governor Walz, Mayor Frey, every Democrat governor and mayor of the United States, a mayor in the United States, to formally cooperate with the Trump administration to enforce our laws, rather than resist and stoke the flames of division, chaos, and violence. Governor Walz and Mayor Frey should turn over all criminal illegal aliens that are currently incarcerated. State and local law enforcement must agree to turn over all illegal aliens arrested by local police. Local police must assist federal law enforcement in apprehending and detaining illegal aliens. Democrat politicians must partner with federal government to protect American citizens and the rapid removal of all criminal illegal aliens in our country. Some Democrats in places like Memphis, Tennessee, Washington, D.C. have done so, resulting in safer streets. In addition, I'm here calling on the United States Congress to immediately pass legislation to end sanctuary cities, which is the root cause of all these problems. American cities should be safe sanctuaries for law-abiding citizens. Man, not illegal alien criminals who broke our nation's laws. All of these requests are rooted in common sense, will provide the best possible circumstances. Make America great again. Trump admin standing by. Do you think any of these governors, mayors are going to comply? Is this the last ditch warning? 87% say that they're going to take out an ICE agent. I don't want it to happen, but I agree. I believe that's their next move. They already tried to kill the president, right? Let's see. Will Democrat governors, mayors, I can't spell mayor. I should just type retard. Governors, mayors comply with, I can't spell comply with Trump's request. And if they don't, is this the last ditch ever? We got 4,000 people watching. Make sure you smash the like and subscribe button, right? Somebody says, Sammy Sparks, Memphis, we're thankful. Do you think this is the last chance? Mina, I hope you're in Mina, Arkansas. Became a YouTube member. Thank you. Chad, member for 3 months. Rob, thank you for the $2 super chat. If you're a member on the channel, I got a stack of $2 bills I've been mailing out to members. I got a stack of $2 bills I've been mailing out. I'm down to, I want to say about 20. I've sent out like 30 $2 bills. They're all crisp. They've never been near a stripper's anus. Never been near a stripper's anus, right? Somebody said they're pushing their luck. Sounds like it's up to Congress. Ben Bush met in Arkansas with a group, then in Texas. Okay. I meant no. Change my poll vote. Mitchie5513, you are a radical leftist. We saw you vote on the wrong side. We saw it. You're a radical. Radical leftist. Probably has Saul Alinsky's book next to the toilet, right? Roadside Garage. 18 minutes ago, Trump sued social post. I'm sending Tom Homan to Minnesota tonight. Let's go there. Let's see if that's true. Hold on. I've got True Social right here. Yeah, buy me a coffee. Feel free. Buy me a coffee if you feel like it. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Let's go here. I think he's right. Right here. Minnesota. Okay, 15 hours ago. Let's go to the very top. 22 minutes ago. Donald Trump just posted this on True Social. Whoever sent me that, thank you so much. Whoever said that in the chat. Let me hide that comment there. Donald Trump says, I am sending Tom Homan to Minnesota tonight. Well, this should make everything better because Tom Homan is worshiped by the Democrat Party. He got an award from Obama, from Barry, the community organizer. I'm sending Tom Homan to Minnesota tonight. He has not been involved in that area, but knows and likes many of the people there. Tom is tough but fair. I think I'm tough. I don't know if I'm fair sometimes. I have retribution. Tom is tough but fair and will report directly to me. Separately, a major investigation is going on with respect to massive $20 billion plus welfare fraud that has taken place in Minnesota. Any of you that are getting welfare fraudulently, get a membership before they take your money. And at least partially responsible for the violent organized protest. He uses the word organized. He did. Additionally, the Department of Justice and Congress are looking at a congresswoman like Ilhan, I married my brother Omar, who left Bangbroistan, Somalia, with nothing, is now reportedly worth more than $44 million. Time will tell all. Thank you for your attention to this matter. DJT. They're going to freak over this.
Amen. Hallelujah. And boom shakalaka.
They're going to freak over this. I got to screenshot this and put this on my my X page. Trump is sending in Tom Homan. Did he basically just say regulators mount up? Because this is big. This is big. 94% of you say Democrat mayors will comply. Oh, no, will not comply. 94% of you say Democrat mayors, governors, the whole band of the clown show, the entire clown car will not comply. Okay, let's see here. Tom Homan to Minnesota. Is this when Trump signs insurrection? I think Trump may only trust Tom Homan with this. Tom Homan to Minnesota. Is this when Trump signs the Insurrection Act? Whew. This could be it. I thought he would wait until the 30th because that's when the government shuts down. But damn, why not? I think whenever you see, did anybody see this? I want you to watch this guy in the background here. I'm not going to let it play because it happens so fast. Well, okay, here we go. Right here, somebody throws a brick. Look at the guy back here. You see my mouse right there? That guy right there throws a brick and hits an agent. You see it? Hit an agent. That's the face right there. Now, I can't make it out. It looks like it could be Kamala, but throws a brick. You see that? An actual brick and hits the ICE agent. Things like this. Look at this.
Get back.
It's Corn Pop. I wish Corn Pop would go to jail. I have no problem if Corn Pop goes to jail. Tom Homan is the real border czar. Yeah, you're probably right. Tom Homan to Minnesota. Is this when Trump signs the Insurrection Act? 23%. We'll go ahead and say 25% of you say no. 77% say yes. It looked like a woman throwing the brick. It very well could have been Corn Pop. Very well could have been. But I think Trump is watching the exact same stuff we're watching. Look at this.
You're reporting for the Daily Caller. I'm at his Home 2 Suites by the Hilton at St. Paul. And a huge group of protesters are trying to enter that hotel. They believe ICE agents are staying there. Check out the scene here. They kind of barricaded the road. I don't see any local law enforcement on the scene, but take a look at this. Stay tuned for updates.
I mean, I can't deal with the whistles. I would bring out water cannon. I got a flamethrower back here. Hold on. This is what I hope they use. This is what I hope they use right here. I got a flamethrower. I got an XM42 flamethrower. I'm going to use this a bit later to clean out my driveway from all the snow. This will shoot fire about 40 feet. Nathan, thank you. I'll grab your super chat. This is what I use to clean ice out of the snow or snow out of the driveway. And I'm for all this. Shoots fire about 40 feet. It's amazing. It's great for cleaning out the driveway. We'll probably talk about that and show you some of that in the members only video. Nathan, things are heating up in Michigan. One of Whitmer's former appointees got caught up in the Learning Center and is rolling over on Whitmer. Don't burn down your house. Nah, I've been using that flamethrower for years. Ben advised Neil Johnson to leave Minnesota. Advise Neil to leave Minnesota. He'll never leave. Neil will never leave. Let's somebody just Flip and the Blue Mule, member for 6 months. Thank you very much. I think that they will get more riots in Michigan. It's very possible. Flamethrowers are legal in all 50 states. You're absolutely right about that, Lou. You noise. Yeah. I've had a flamethrower for years and I use it. It's a very good home protection. Flamethrower is great home protection, right? That's what I use it for. Here's something that you can't deny. Look at this. This tells you it's all planned. Deportations under Clinton, 2 million, no protest. Bush, 2 million, no protest. Obama, 5 million, no protest. Trump, 2 million, no protest during his first term. Biden, 4 million, no protest. Trump, 600K with protest and riots, all manufactured to stop Trump. It's all manufactured. This is the game. This is how they try to. Can we have a link to the flamethrower? Join the channel as a member. I'll put it in the Discord. I'll put the link to the Discord in there. A friend of mine owns a shop that sells it. It'll shoot fire about 40 feet, only 40 feet. And it's got a backpack that'll hold 2 gallons of gas. I'm basically violating the Geneva Convention is what I'm kind of doing. But I'm okay with it. We live in Arkansas. My neighbor has pigs and I just don't care anymore. I just don't care. Right. If you come to my house, you might get marshmallowed. I will make a s'more out of your ass if you get wicked. Right. That's just the way it is. Let's go here. I did a video about this the other day. It's only getting better. Anna Paulina Luna, she's an Air Force veteran. I believe she's still actually in the Air Force. Listen to this.
Well, look, I actually think that this might be serendipitous in timing. And if I could explain for a moment. So what happens is when the appropriations are going to be rejected by Senate over DHS funding, ultimately that means that those appropriations bills have to come back to the House. And so I've actually formed an alliance with a handful of other Republican members that will refuse to vote on any legislation to send it over to the Senate unless there's something specifically placed in it and something called a rule that would prevent the Senate from stripping out the SAVE Act. So it would force them, if they choose to shut down the government, when they choose to reopen it, they will have to also then to simultaneously vote on the SAVE Act, which would basically save our country with election integrity. So we can play this game of chicken, but I do have a handful of Republicans that will stand with me very strong and ensure that this is done on behalf of the American people. So we're here to deliver.
So she's putting who's her husband? He's a PJ. He was a pararescue guy in the Air Force. I know him through a friend of a friend. I know her through a friend of a friend. I'll see if I can get Anna Luna, Congresswoman Anna Paulina Luna, on for a interview. Last night I had Andrew Braca on. How many deaths have been caused? What does that say? How many deaths have been caused by Democrats opening the border intentionally so far? Lake and Riley, that's one. That's too much. Yeah. But she is saying that she is going to get other Republicans together where they can't reopen the government unless they vote on the SAVE Act. This could change everything. Right here, it would prevent the Senate from stripping the SAVE Act out of legislation to reopen the government. It's time to play dirty. Yeah. Sorry, Bruce, but talk did not win World War II. You need to read more about history. Somebody says talk is what won World War II. No. Brave men and women, the greatest generation in American history, won World War II. It gives me chills even saying that because I've made so many good friends with World War II veterans. My grandfather was a World War II veteran. Do we have to pass the SAVE Act to, I bought my weed torch flamethrower at Harbor Freight. Oh, those are probably good. Do we have to pass the SAVE Act to save America? And Andrew Braca brought up the point last night. We have to pass the SAVE Act. If we lose the midterms, it's probably over. Somebody says, bro, I just watched All Is Fine on the Western Front. Great. It's a movie. It's a movie. I believe the only reason that we won World War II is because of the brave men and women that fought in World War II. I don't know how many movies I'm going to believe that aren't a documentary. I believe we lose our country if we don't pass the SAVE Act. Absolutely. And Anna Luna, it seems like, is on that. Action won World War II. Yes. You nailed it. You absolutely nailed it. I didn't. I was being sarcastic. Okay, gotcha. We have to get out the vote. Yeah. I would have thought when Charlie Kirk was killed, that would have got out the vote. It obviously didn't. People were not motivated enough to vote. Can we have a link for the flamethrower? I will put it in the Discord. I'm scared to put it on here. Probably inciting violence or something. Bruce, member for 6 months. Thank you. Appreciate it. I will put that in the Discord. Become a member on the channel. You'll get access to that. I'll share that. But I'm afraid to put it in here. I think the wackadoodle YouTube police would probably not like that. You know, that's just the way they are. Let's go right here. Where has Laura Trump been? I don't know. Probably not out protesting. My Navy friend, Bob Vernon, won World War II. I don't know who Bob Vernon is, but thank you for his service. I really am glad that he won World War II. Absolutely. Let's go right here. This is more about this whole Signal Gate thing. Show you this one. Let's go here. Let's go right here. This guy is orchestrating all of it.
Today we had the young man, 13-year-old, handcuffed by ICE, his father taken away. I arrived there as soon as I could. I talked to some of the family members. It's devastating. And I don't know, just going home and talking to my kids about what happened and how this is affecting our community. These are terrible times, but we will get through it. We'll get stronger for it, and we will look out for one another. Before coming to the state legislature, I'm a community organizer at heart, and that's part of what I'm trying to bring to the legislature. I'm helping to lead the community response, rapid response network that we have, given any ICE situations. I have a couple cards here. I'm willing to stop in to stay around and talk with anybody that wants any more information. We've got a couple groups on the app Signal that we would love for you to join. Whether or not you want to be part of the Resistance Network, I fully understand that you may not be comfortable with that, but you can help us in a lot of ways by sending an alert that if you see any suspicious vehicles, any traffic, if you know of anybody that is being targeted, that's being detained, we have resources immediately available that we can send to you, send to their family, get them legal help, help the families if they need food, if people are afraid to leave their homes to get food. We're working with the food shelves to try to figure out a way to deliver groceries. I know yesterday apartment complexes needed their parking lots plowed and people were being taken as they were moving their cars. We can move your car for you. Just please, like, anything, small, large. We are here
Looks like good Americans right there, right? Looks like they all look like cowboys.
for you. And we will stand with you. We will stand for you. So please do not hesitate to reach out for the information to join these groups so that we can all work together to protect one another. This is Minnesota. We value you. We love you. You are welcome here. And thank you for being here.
You're not welcome here. You're not. You're not welcome here. In my opinion, you're not welcome here. I don't want you here. I don't want you here illegally. I don't want you to come to my country illegal. They all look like Ilhan Omar. You're absolutely right. They all look like Rashida Tlaib. The guy talking with a lisp. I just can't deal with that. Somebody says, "Don't come." Oh yeah, that was Kamala's famous line, right? The man who was killed by ICE was apparently in an anti-ICE resistant signal chat. The guy running the state, Minnesota State Rep Alex Falconer is who that is. He admitted it. He's open about it. When's he going to be hauled in for questioning? I don't know. I think even if he is, a liberal judge will let him out. A liberal judge will let him out. That's what's occurring right now. The judges are playing politics. Here we go. Oh, this is good. Okay, let's go right here. This is happening. This is happening. Let's go here.
What I would do is just bring Tom Homan in. Tom Homan's been marginalized. Go in there. Tom Homan's got credibility on the left. He was Barack Obama and Jay Johnson's main guy. He's got credibility, obviously, on the right. He met Donald Trump when Donald Trump started running for president and loved his philosophy on the border and sealed the border. But where's he been? He should go in there, meet with the mayor and governor, and go in there and take charge. He knows this stuff backwards and forwards. There's no more experienced person. He's got the president's trust, but for some reason he's been marginalized in the Minneapolis operation.
So this is real. I mean, we saw the Truth Social post from Trump, and now we're seeing this. Tom Homan's headed to Minnesota. Boy, oh boy. This is a big one. This is going to get ugly. This is going to get ugly early. Because I don't believe I like Greg Bovino, but I think Tom Homan's a whole nother level. A whole different level. The judges are paid off as well. Yes, they are. You're not wrong there. You are not wrong there at all. Let's go here. Let's see what else we got. All right, let's see here. Wow, this is interesting. Okay, here we go. Kevin Bass, I analyzed public databases and media reporting on violent confrontations over the past year. Just 9 counties accounted for 2/3 of violent confrontations in America. 9 counties, 2/3. This is twice all violent confrontations in the remaining 3,134. So there's 3,143 counties. Okay. A violent confrontation in these 9 counties was 590 times more likely than any of the other counties. Look at the dangerous counties. How many of you live in Seattle? That's King County. I know that for a fact. San Francisco, Los Angeles, Denver, Newark, Chicago, Minneapolis, Portland, San Fran. How many of you live in any of these counties? Holy crap. You tell me what these all have in common. Tell me what all of these counties have in common. Sanctuary cities. Sanctuary cities. They're all sanctuary cities. I live in a suburb of Minneapolis. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry you live in Minneapolis or a suburb there. This is telling. 63% of all violent confrontations with ICE happen in those counties. Look at the South. Look at the South, the Southeastern Conference, Roll Tide. I don't see any southern cities. Why do you think that is? Why do you think that is? Is it because the South, they respect law enforcement? David, don't give me that War Eagle crap in here. I will ban you. My shoulder is killing me. I think my gallbladder's messed up or something. That's what my wife says. Wife says it's causing the pain in my shoulder. I thought February 1st funding was stopping to sanctuary cities. That's the plan. That is the plan, to stop sanctuary city funding February 1st. That is the plan. Now, will a liberal judge allow it? I don't know. I don't know if a liberal judge will allow that to happen. That's completely up to you guys to decide. 95% of you say we have to pass the SAVE Act to save America. Let's go here. Let's put a new poll up in the chat. Should Trump defund all sanctuary cities? Let me know. Last night, Andrew Branca said you could use Article 3 to get rid of these judges. Should they defund all the sanctuary cities? I think so. My opinion, not yours. Here we go. John Fetterman's own wife turns on him over ICE as senator comes under fire for his silence on shooting of Peretti. She looks like a Bond villain too. So she turned on him. This is the felon, Peretti. Fetterman came out and made a statement saying that that ICE was in the right, that they did the right thing. Now his wife will probably marry Gavin Newsom. What do you think of this, right? John Fetterman's own wife turns on him. Let me see if I can find that clip of Fetterman talking about this. Fetterman, ICE. This has been in the works for a while, right? This has been in the works for a while. Look at this. I'll play the clip for you of Fetterman. So now he's going to have an expensive divorce. Divorces are expensive. I heard they're worth it. Let's see here.
Absolutely unacceptable, terrible, awful. ICE agents are just doing their job, and I fully support that. And for me and people in my party might want to abolish it or treat them as criminals or anything that's inappropriate and outrageous. ICE performs an important job for our nation.
When did John Fetterman become the most logical Democrat? It seems like Democrats are one head injury away from common sense. Okay, so this is his wife's statement. For more than a decade, I lived undocumented in the United States. So his wife's an illegal alien. Carried the same uncertainty and fear, lived in my body, a tight chest, shallow breasts, racing heart. Yeah. Give me the theatrics. What I thought was my private chronic dread now becomes shared national wound. This now daily violence is not law and order, is terror inflicted on people who contribute love and build their lives here. It's devastatingly cruel and un-American. You're un-American. Somebody said this is months ago. This came out today. This is an article in today's paper. Fetterman made that statement yesterday. So no. Here we go. This comes on the heels last night. ICE under fire. They laid siege to the hotel where they were actually staying. The guy there. I mean, look at this. Damn sure looks like an insurrection to me. Hands up, don't shoot, right? Mike Brown. They always use this photo, this little photo, the nurse, ICU nurse. Yeah, ICU nurse. No justice, no peace. They've saved those signs since Ferguson. Good to see some heavy equipment there. Okay. ICE out. They destroyed this hotel. Who should be responsible for the damages? Should the governor of Minnesota, the state of Minnesota, be responsible for paying for the damages for the hotel? Yes or no in the chat? Or in the chat, who do you think should be? Nurse Ton to Undertaker. Wow. Funders of the riot should pay for it? Okay. Okay, I got you. I'm tracking. Let's go here. Remember the lady in the red jacket filming it all? Woman in pink jacket tells her story after recording deadly border patrol. Apparently she's in hiding now. She is in hiding. This lady right here is in hiding. Let's go here. Let's see. This is the image there. Peretti. She's in hiding. Pink jacket lady. Probably about to do an interview on The View, sold the footage to TMZ. That's my guess. Okay. The mayor. Okay, you say the mayor should pay for the damages. I mean, no matter who pays for this, the taxpayer pays for it. If the governor pays for it, that's the taxpayer. The mayor pays for it. It's the taxpayer. No matter who pays for it, if they're a member, she'll probably write a book. Yes. She will be on every major talk show saying it was a nurse. Why is the Tammy Pond so cooked? Yeah. Who owns the mayor and the governor? That's a good question. That's a solid question right there. Article from the New York Post today. How many of you agree with this? Chaos can get worse. Anybody think the chaos is going to get worse? Damn sure looks like it. Let's go here. Killer ICE off our streets. Imagine if these people had jobs. House Republicans suggest Trump consider pulling ICE. Which ones? Hold on. Which ones? Which Republicans are saying this? House Republicans can suggest Trump should pull ICE out of Minneapolis. You have got to be kidding here. Key House Republican called on President Trump on Sunday to begin yanking ICE agents out. Let's go.
Morning continues after another fatal shooting by Department of Homeland Security agents in Minnesota on Saturday. U.S. Border Patrol shot and killed an individual in Minnesota after they said he approached agents and he was armed with a handgun and he resisted when officers tried to disarm him. The incident, the second fatal shooting in Minnesota after agents shot and killed Rachel Good on January 7th. Minnesota Governor Tim Walz called the shooting horrific on social media, and he is calling on the White House.
Okay. House Oversight Committee, James Comer. Oh my God.
Thanks for being here this morning.
Thank you for having me, Maria.
Another individual is dead at the hands of Border Patrol. Let's be clear. We do not know if there was any pushback from this individual who was armed. We do not have evidence that he was waving a gun, doing anything to threaten Border Patrol. He had his phone and he was shooting. He was viewing and recording the incident. That's what he was doing, recording the incident. What is your reaction? And you are an elected official. What can you do about it?
Well, look, I don't think there's any question a majority of Americans want President Trump and ICE to go in and apprehend the criminal illegals. That's what President Trump campaigned on, and he's doing exactly what he said. I look at what happened in Minneapolis versus what happened in Washington, D.C. When President Trump sent the National Guard into Washington, D.C., the Mayor Muriel Bowser, supported that. She worked, her local law enforcement worked with the president, and in a short period of time, they have really been successful in reducing the amount of crime in Washington, D.C. That was a big success. Fast forward to where we are in Minneapolis. We have a governor, an attorney general, and a mayor of Minneapolis who are getting people jacked up, trying to get them, convinced that this is, some type of illegal raid, that all their lives are threatened. And they've got all these white liberals coming in, trying to run over ICE, trying to, spray them and do everything to disrupt. And if I were President Trump, I would almost think about, okay, if the mayor and the governor are going to put our ICE officials in harm's way, and there's a chance of losing more, innocent lives or whatever, then maybe go to another city and let the people of Minneapolis decide, do we want to continue to have all of these illegals? Are we going to allow our governor, attorney general, and mayor to get away with this? And I think the people of Minnesota would rebel against their leadership, because it's very clear that a majority of Americans want the criminal illegals apprehended, and that's what ICE is trying to do.
Do we know that ICE saw the gun? Do we know that it was visible?
Comer's
or
cautioned
was
nothing.
this a guy with a camera recording the incident, and knowing that he was armed, they learned that later? Do we know that?
We don't know. I'm like you and every other American. I've watched that video dozens of times in slow motion. I've tried to determine whether he actually pulled a gun out or not. I don't know. I just know that the situation's bad there. On one hand, there are thousands of criminal illegals in Minnesota, because that was a sanctuary city and a sanctuary state. The majority of Minnesotans, in my opinion, want them apprehended and sent back to where they came from. But on the other hand, I think this situation is only going to get worse. And I really think that there are so many cities in the United States that have issues with criminal illegals that I think they would be better received in other cities. And I hope that's something they're talking about doing right now, because, Minneapolis isn't the only city. And if the local officials and the governor and attorney general are going to put federal agents' lives in danger with all the protesters and getting everybody fired up, trying to go there and disrupt ICE, then I think that's a decision they're going to have to make.
Well, we played a soundbite earlier from Governor Tim Walz, who told residents to make sure to film ICE agents. And I imagine that this individual had taken that directive and was filming ICE agents. But
the rhinos are caving. You're absolutely right, Ragin' Cajun. There are rhino Republicans, these weak-ass conservatives on social media. There are weak-ass conservatives on YouTube, X, all these various platforms that are caving on this. James Comer has accomplished nothing. An absolute loser from Kentucky. Kentucky, y'all got problems, man. Sorry, my blood pressure's boiling. You've got Rand Paul. You've got Mitch McConnell. You got a shitty governor, Beshear. You got Comer. You got Thomas Massey. Kentucky is cooked. Kentucky is done. Boy, I changed the banner to green. I don't know what color the banner works best for you guys, but let me know. Somebody says I'm no longer a Republican. I'm MAGA through and through. Yeah, I agree.
Congressman, I want to move on, because last week we saw Jack Smith testify publicly, and he said that President Trump, quote, willfully broke the law. He blasted the DOJ's retribution in the second term Your reaction to what you heard from Jack Smith, and where does your investigation stand in terms of his Arctic Frost investigation into Trump and his supporters?
Well, look, Jack Smith can say whatever he wants, but he failed to prove that there were any crimes committed. And the tactics that we saw he did, you know, he didn't have the authority to subpoena the phones of members of Congress. He violated and abused his power as a special counsel. So, look, I think it's very clear that Jack Smith failed, that Jack Smith was doing this for one reason. That was political purposes. He was put in there by a corrupt Biden administration, by a corrupt Attorney General Merrick Garland for one purpose, and that's to try to harm Donald Trump, to prevent Donald Trump from being elected president of the United States. This was all political, and I think the American people have seen it. And look, I think that Jack Smith showed the world that he never had the evidence, and he.
If that's what he showed, Comer, why haven't you done anything, dude? Has James Comer done anything other than strongly worded investigations? Joe, Kentucky sat on its butt with complacency. Now look what they get. Damn, I don't mean to shit on people in Kentucky, but damn, dude. What is wrong with these people? What is wrong with these people? I can't explain it. I cannot explain what is happening in America right now. Maybe some of you, somebody says Kentucky is run by liberals. Is Louisville I think Louisville is the capital of Kentucky. Louisville's an S-hole. An absolute S-hole. Maybe somebody in the chat can fill me in. Maybe somebody in the chat can let me know what needs to happen. I would love to get your opinion on what needs to happen in Kentucky. Because Kentucky it seems like Kentucky's cooked. Comer, cooked. Lines are open, 615-475. Turn the audio down when you call in on whatever you're watching. It's the only time I'll say it. Matt Gaetz, Attorney General, never happened. Whoever texted me that, no, it'll never happen. Matt Gaetz is not, no. I'm just going to reply, hell no. Matt Gaetz, hell no. I forgot to tell you about the video exploding trees. Don't care. Okay. Or maybe I do. Ben, I live just outside of Portland. I was hit on my motorcycle 2 years ago by an illegal alien. Yeah, they release them from jail 5 times. Why wouldn't they release them from jail? That's where they go. They release them all. 615-475-7864. Let's go right here. Kick us off with a good phone call. Good phone call. What do you got?
Hey, good morning, Ben. I got a couple quick things for you to think about.
Sure.
Waltz and Fry started this whole thing, and then big money got involved, and I think they're in over their head. I think if they tried to call off the militia, and that's what it is, it'd be signing their own death warrant. Because look what they did to Charlie Cook and what they tried to do to President Trump.
So you think that if Walz and the mayor told the protesters to go home, they wouldn't go home?
Well, they wouldn't only go home, but there'd be a couple of assassinations, is what I think.
Okay. Thank you for the call. I appreciate you.
And with ICE, those guys have to be on ultimate high alert their whole shift. Now, if you're dumb enough to decide to do your fingernails in the front of a protest and you pull out some shiny chrome clippers, you're assuming the risk of getting shot.
Okay.
So
thank you for calling. There we go. Appreciate you calling. The GOP is way too worried about the midterms. I think you have to be worried about the midterms. A lot of people agree with the caller. If you agree with the caller, type 1 for yes or 2 for no. The SIG went off in the cop's hands soon. Was secure. Okay. Let me go here. Lines are open. 615-464. Line 2. We're going down the switchboard. Line 2. What do you got?
Hey, I think there's a big story that someone is missing today. There was a plane crash in Bangor, Maine, and I lived in Bangor. And the thing is that they still haven't released the manifest. And there was a huge ICE rally on Sunday, and that plane was going to London. And rumor has it that there's some high Democratic people or some protesters that have very high value that were on that plane.
Where did those
And
rumors
there-
come from? Any evidence?
Oh, okay. You need that evidence. Go to Google Gemini. Go to all the news sources. The airfield is completely locked off. The FBI locked off everything. And I flew out of Bangor, and I know that when you fly out of Bangor to London in a snowstorm, you're trying to get out of Dodge. They didn't even go through the airport. They went on the plane on the runway.
Okay.
And I mean, this is going to break huge. This is big. This
Says
is
there's
gonna
only
be a
8
lot of
people on the plane. 8 people on the
What?
plane. There were 8 people on the plane. Thank you for calling. I'll check this out.
There are 5 people. There are 5 passengers on the plane right after the protest.
Okay.
Right after.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Let's grab let's see what this is. Let's see if we can grab this. A private jet carrying 8 people crashes at Maine airport. Emergency crews responded 7:45 p.m. Extent of the injuries, those on board was not sure. The airport remained closed. Crash happened massive snowstorm. That wouldn't have caused it. Nearly 2 minutes later, controller loud all traffic stopped on the field. Controller says they are aware of 3 crew, 5 passengers. Okay, so 8 people total. Okay. Investigators plan to travel to Bangor. I don't see anything about FBI, but okay. We will keep following that. I don't see anything about high level protesters. I don't see that part, but hey, that's a big one. That's a big one. Okay. Bangor, Maine. Trying to get on a plane in this kind of weather. I don't know if you're very smart to do that, but hey, let's go to Paul in Colorado. What do you got, Paul? Your audio is horrible. I might have to let you go. Yeah, that's better.
You know the problem with the damn Republicans? We always debate on the left terms. We never debate on our own.
Paul, your audio is really bad, man. I can't hear you, and nobody else can either. You're gonna have to call back with a little better signal. Nobody can hear you there, Paul. I'm gonna let you go, Paul. There we go. Let's go, Joe Chehalis, Washington.
Hi, Ben. I think guys like Jim Jordan and Comer are just like putting up a smoke screen and just blowing sunshine up our ass. I don't know what the hell we're going to do if we don't get somebody in there who can really put down the hammer.
I don't think. Here's my thing. Is Comer better than a Democrat? Right now, I don't know. Is Jordan better than a Democrat? Right now, I don't know. Is Mitch McConnell better than a Democrat? Right now, I don't know. I don't think you can differentiate any of those people. Joe, thank you for calling. I appreciate you. I don't think you can differentiate any of these rhinos with a Democrat. I just don't think you can. Jordan's hot air. Deke says Jordan's hot air. All smoke and mirrors. Yes, I agree with that. Don't mess with Texas. I would be one pissed off American if ICE agents get pulled out of Minnesota. I hope that you're not pissed off. Illegals are their priority. Illegal aliens are the priority. Give me a call, 615-475-7864. Feel free. Bring it. There we go. Oh, here we go. Metal guitar. What does this say? Ben Dykes is a shill. Do shills flush people? I don't think flush. Let's go. Let's get the toilet warmed up for metal guitar, whatever that guy's name is. There we go. It's probably Tommy. There we go. Thank you. Little flush action this morning. Toilet's working. Line 2. What do you got?
Hey, this is Jim from Minnesota.
Yes, sir.
And I'm going to tell you what kind of fine people the Minnesotans are trying to protect. I worked for Homeland Security for 2 years, caring for illegals and children, and I took care of 8-month-olds, 18-month-olds, 4-year-olds, 5-year-olds, 6-year-olds, 7-year-olds,
We get it.
10-year-olds that were
We get it.
they
We
were
get it.
abandoned by their parents in the desert.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
that you're absolutely right. That's the type of people that Democrats are mortgaging their party on. They're mortgaging the farm. They don't care about kids. If they did, they wouldn't have a Planned Parenthood bus outside of the Democrat National Convention. Thank you for calling. Great point. Great point. Toilet's not frozen. No. The toilet is working. Toilet's working. Lines are open 615-475-7864. Give me a call. Feel free. And the courtesy flush. Let's go right here. Line 3. We're getting down the switchboard. Line 3. Where you called from?
Hey, this is Ed from Ohio.
Okay.
Sorry. If we could just get the police and the state police to work with ICE and get rid of the sanctuary cities, that should just take care of all of it, shouldn't it?
If we could do that, I would know the winning lottery numbers. That's impossible because these Democrat mayors, Democrat governors, Democrat voters, typically Democrat chiefs of police, typically Democrat sheriffs, they won't. What you just said, I don't believe Nikola Tesla could figure out. I really don't. But thank you for the call. It's a hell of an idea, but it's not going to happen. I don't believe it's going to happen. I don't know how you do. If you could figure that out, you could probably, I will give all of you the winning lottery numbers. Here's my question is, I think we see Insurrection Act on January 30th in just 4 days. That's what I believe. Let's go. I think we see Insurrection Act in 4 days when the government is shut down. Let me know what you think. Because I think Tom Homan's going to go into Minnesota. Why the 30th? Because that's the day that the government is shutting down. January 30th is the last day of the funding, the continuing resolution right now. That's what I think. Somebody says China is promoting this. I don't think you're wrong there. You're probably not wrong. China would love to see America crumble. Let's go here. Line 4. What do you got, line 4?
Hey, this is Buck American again. I was looking up the Signal chat groups there in Minnesota. That they're going to come in with some insurrection type stuff there. Have you seen that?
Yeah, we talked about it at the very beginning of the show. I showed the whole document with all the names. I showed all of it. Yeah.
That's about right when I was tuning in. I saw a little bit about that, but yeah, oh man, that just amazes me.
It seems like a coup.
Get tied up.
It seems like a coup. It seems like a treason. It seems like this is piggybacking. Thank you for calling. It seems like this is piggybacking right on to the seditious 6. That's what it seems like. That's what it seems like to me. This is right on top of that. Line 2. What do you got, line 2?
Hey, Ben, just a question. If they passed the SAVED Act and then all them illegal immigrants' votes don't count, how long do you think it'd be before the Democrat Party turns their back on all the immigrants?
That's a good question. That's a really good question. But the Democrat Party right now is on life support. The only thing they have, thank you for calling from Arkansas. You stay warm over there in Mountain Home. The only thing the Democrat Party has, in my opinion, is chaos. And once illegal aliens become useless to them, they turn on them quick. That's a great point. That is a great point. Yeti, you said the same thing. Yes or no? Do you think, I agree. Susan, Jeff, once Democrats cannot use illegals, they get rid of them. They throw them away like the trash. That's what I think. 615-475-7864. Feel free to give me a call. Somebody says, when does China pay for the COVID damage? Probably never happened. Line 2. Go line 2.
Hey, this is Mike, fellow vet here. Thank you for your service, Ben.
Thank you too. Thank you for your service. What would you like to say this morning?
Yeah, I think, well, I'm 60, we're going to be 61 here in February. Yeah, I'd say Insurrection Act needs to happen, and the Republicans need to get off their butts and kill this filibuster so we actually get some work done.
I don't believe that they will kill the filibuster. I have no faith in the Republican Party right now to do any. I don't think the Republican Party has any testicles.
Yeah, without a doubt. It's but it's the only thing that's going to be able to get any work done, or we just have a complete, re-election of Congress and Senate and House.
You might be right. Thank you for the call. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you for your service.
Thank
Thank you for your service. I really appreciate you. It's nice talking with a fellow veteran. If you're a veteran in the chat, post your branch of service. Post your branch of service in the chat there. Let's go right here. 843. Where are you calling from? What you got? Nope. Not happening. You'll figure out why I hung up on you. You'll figure that one out. Feel free to give me a call. Lines are open. Let's go right there. Line 5. We're going down the switchboard now. What you got, 5?
Yeah, I'm Terry from Ohio, and I think the 11th Airborne sitting up in Alaska just waiting to go to Minnesota. I think he needs to quit playing around and just do the Insurrection Act, because the cops and National Guard in Minnesota is not going to help him. He just needs to send the Airborne in there and just deal with it.
I think there's a couple of complications with using the military on the American people, because the Democrats will have campaign commercials forever. It could very well throw into jeopardy the midterms. It could throw into jeopardy J.D. Vance's chances in 2028. It could very well, because I don't trust any rhino Republicans, it could very well get Donald Trump impeached. Thank you for calling. I appreciate you. The Insurrection Act, I think, as much as I want to see it, I think it complicates a lot of shit. Chief Ellis, thank you for joining in. I appreciate you, brother. If you're a veteran in the chat, let me know what branch of service you're in. Send in the Florida National Guard. They would freeze their butt off up there. They would freeze their butt off, as cool as it would be. Tim Walz sent in the National Guard. They were passing out donuts. Line 6. What do you got, line 6?
Yeah, I have a quick question.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, are the police officers that are not supporting ICE, are they breaking their own vow to the American people and to Minnesota?
I think they're doing what their chief of police is telling them to do. They're following an order. They're following their last lawful order from their chief of police. I don't think they're doing anything
but
wrong.
All these Democrats came out and said, you don't have to follow what President Trump said if it's unconstitutional.
That was towards military.
And the police don't uphold the same standard.
Like I said, the police is local. It's city or county. They are following what their sheriff or their chief of police is doing. A sheriff is one of the most powerful people in America. It's absolutely one of the most powerful people in America. A sheriff has almost unlimited power. I appreciate you calling, but they're just following the orders that they're being given. Thank you for calling. I appreciate you. Lines are open, 615-475-7864. Let's go here. A lot of 6s. Line 1. We're back at the top of the soundboard. What you got?
How you doing, Ben? Hey, I got a question for you. With this new signal chat info that came out on Walz, his lieutenant governor, and all them up there, you think they should be charged with organizing terrorist groups?
Right now, it's just an accusation. There's nothing that's been confirmed other than Kim Higbee releasing it. There's nothing that's been confirmed in a court of law.
Well, not in a court of law, but there was actually 2 infiltrators that actually got all the information.
Would you believe 2 infiltrators that got information from Republicans?
No, they didn't get them from Republicans.
No.
They got them from being in the group.
Wait. Would you believe 2 infiltrators if the cards were reversed and they said they got it from Republicans? Would you believe 2 Democrats?
Well, I'd have to hold on
not
to it,
answering
but
the
at
question.
the same,
You're refusing to answer the question.
No, I'm not refusing. I'm just saying I would have to wait for all the information.
So why not wait for all the information on this?
I'm just saying if they are found guilty,
You're not answering
if
the
they are
question.
found.
Yeah. If they are found, absolutely. But just to go out and
that's my
snatch some
question.
people, just to go out and
No,
snatch
I
some
ain't
people is a
saying
what
that.
if.
I'm just saying if they
You did
caught,
say that.
if they are guilty.
I'm reclaiming my time. You did say that. Thank you for calling. You did say that. Right now, it's all unconfirmed. We're reclaiming the time. Absolutely. I love when people just don't answer simple yes/no questions. I just a simple yes/no. Line 2, go right ahead. Line 2.
Hello?
Yes, line 2, go right ahead.
Oh, yeah, Ben, how you doing? I'm a fellow bubblehead myself. I was on a boomer, George C. Marshall, 654.
Thank you, sir.
Oh, you're welcome. Hey, I just want to make a comment. I was wondering, since Trump is part of the trade, I wonder if he would trade our protesters for the Iranian protesters.
I don't want them.
At least they're more, for freedom and that than these knuckleheads we have.
Sadly, I'm going to hang up on you because there's audio in the background. You were a bubblehead. You know better than that. Sadly, all the protests in Iran, we're probably going to get some refugees. We'll probably get refugees from there. Here's the, this was one of my last boats right here. Last boats. USS Jimmy Carter. That was my last boat I was on. There we go. Jill just upgraded her membership to Basket of Deplorables. Thank you so much, Jill. I appreciate that. Basket of Deplorables, and Zuck just became a member. Somebody said I was rude. I'm not rude. But if you don't answer the damn question, if you avoid just a simple yes, no, this isn't lawfare. This isn't politics. We are having conversations. You're talking to a salty veteran that lived on a submarine for a long time. Just answer the damn question. Line 2, go right ahead. I'm not a journalist. What you got?
Hey, Marco, first-time caller, long-time listener.
Yeah, what you
Listen
got?
up. This is how you end communists. Give your kids body cams on school.
Who pays
That's
for it?
it.
Who pays for it?
Even if it is private, it's your kid. I would pay for my kid. You bet my kid would have cameras in school because I don't want PP handlers touching my kids.
So you want you want kids to have body cams when they go to school
for self-protection. Hell yeah!
I think I like the idea. I like the idea.
Them there.
Well, we're the only country in the world that allows the enemy to teach our kids. We're the only country where we allow the actual enemy of America teaches our kids. It's why they got rid of Charlie Kirk, because he infiltrated their cesspool of demonic lies, colleges. The problem that you have with body cams on kids, you were a kid, I was a kid. There's going to be a lot of footage from toilets, poop, and a lot of stuff like that. There's going to be a lot of that. There's going to be a lot of toilet stuff. I like the idea. I like the idea. I say put up cameras in the classroom that you could log into. Like you could log into the camera and see what your kids are being taught. That's what I think. Let's go. Do not disturb. Oh, lines are open. 615. Somebody says I'm rough around the edges. I don't care. That's where I'm at right now. Line 2. What do you got? The heavy breathing doesn't turn me on. Life's tough. Get a helmet. How about that? Life's tough. Get a helmet. Lines are open, 615-475. Paul, you've called multiple times. Your audio was bad. I'm not going to try to do that again. Okay. But I appreciate the commitment. Let's go here. Line 3. Nope. You'll figure out why I hung up on you. You'll figure that one out. You'll figure it out. Just read that part that says turn the audio down, right? I like your idea. Cameras in the classroom and libraries and hallways. Absolutely. Body cams, I don't think it would ever work. What if we send in 2,000 more ICE? I don't know. I don't know how that works. There's a lot of what ifs. Paul, I'm not answering your phone. You had horrible audio. Line 2, go.
Dennis, first time caller. Thank you for your service. I was calling. So when Pam Bondi puts in these deals to try to, throw some of these people in jail, do they not get to choose what judge they take?
Hell
we
no.
do have a Republican judge.
You don't
federal
get to
judges.
pick. You don't get to pick the judge.
So you don't get to pick what court you file it in?
You're picked by where it happens, the district.
Because we have Minnesota federal judges that are Republican.
Good luck. Their dockets could be full. Some of these liberal judges might have an empty docket. They probably cleared their dockets for cases just like this.
Probably. Okay, I was just wondering.
I wish we could pick the judges. I wish we could. I wish we could pick the judges. But come on. Good God. I wish we could. Charlie Copperfield, exiled. I have no idea who that is. No idea. My throat's sore. I don't have time to argue. Ban Nexus Moon. Let's see what Nexus Moon. Paul, I'm not answering your phone. Line 2. Go right ahead. Line 2.
Hey, Ben.
Yes, sir.
Good morning.
I'm listening. What you got?
Good morning.
Good morning and goodbye. Good morning and goodbye. Thank you. Thank you for calling. I appreciate the good mornings. Let me ban Nexus Moon. Pam. All right, here we go. Nexus Moon. I don't know what you're saying, but apparently you pissed off some people. There you go. Nexus Moon. Goodbye. Flush. There we go. Short flush. Upper decker. Little upper decker there. Lines are open, 615-475-7864. Feel free to call in. Somebody tried and they hung up. That's okay. Jill, thank you for becoming a member. Zuck, thank you for becoming a member. If you become a member, you get access to a Discord server. Also, I'm doing a members only live stream right after this. And I'm probably going to invite some people on camera. So if you're a member and you stick around, I'll probably send you the link and you can join in and get some FaceTime with me. And there you go. Love to talk to you guys. You can log into your local doggy daycare with cameras. You are absolutely right. Why do they have cameras at the doggy daycare and not at the schools? What? That is a boom shakalaka moment right there. That is a boom shakalaka moment.
And can an amen and a boom shakalaka go right there?
Yes, it can, because I'm controlling where the boom shakalakas go. Join the channel as a member. I'm going to put a link here. Join channel members only. Here we go. There we go. I'm breaking out the members only jacket. Talk to me. Line 2.
Yeah, listen, Ben, I'm boiling over this James Comer wanting to pull maybe ICE out or suggesting that. The problem is, if he does that, goes to a different country or different city, everything's going to fall apart. They're going to have more riots than you can even imagine. They got to handle this shit right there in Minneapolis now.
Do you
That's
live
all
in
I gotta
Kentucky?
say.
Hold on. Do you live in Kentucky?
I live in New Mexico, and I'll tell you what, I am on this shit, and I just hate it. They're just weak. They don't get it. They got to now, or they're going to lose everything.
Let me ask you this. You brought up a good point. You said they're weak. Who is the Republican that you trust that's got a set of balls?
God damn, I tell you, man. You think as Republicans that we would all have that same mentality, but God damn, I don't know, man. Rubio, the guys that Trump's got around him, I don't know all the other people around him that they just don't, I just don't know, man. Anymore, I don't know. It just seems like they have it, and then when they get to the fight, they weaken up, they leave. They back down. I don't know. I'm open for your opinion, man. We got to get it out there to support them.
I'm going to tell you right now, I met with Arkansas Senator last week, Senator John Bozeman. I like Bozeman.
Okay.
I think he's a statesman. I've met with Tom Cotton. I like Tom Cotton. I think he's a statesman. The one thing that I don't see with a lot of Republicans is killer instinct.
Exactly.
They don't
exactly
have and that's why Trump scares them. He has a killer instinct.
Yes, sir. Yes,
He
sir.
has
You're
dealt
right.
with the mafia. He's dealt with the damn trash union. He's dealt with the Sopranos. You know what I'm talking about. Where's Clay Higgins?
Definitely.
Clay Higgins
Yeah.
talked a good game until he voted against releasing the Epstein files. So Clay Higgins is off the table.
Yeah.
I can't name, and maybe somebody in the chat can name a Republican that has got a set of testicles. Right now, Anna Paulina Luna is the one with the testicles, and Tim Burchett.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. And Hedgeman, maybe, from Wyoming. I mean, if somebody was like her, I think she could stand up. Well, what do you think about her?
Hageman is phenomenal.
Hageman.
Yes.
She is phenomenal. She's like a bulldog, man, and that's what we need. But these people are just, they're losing they're just, I don't know, they're just backing down. I don't know what it is, man. There's just no balls. It's like a schoolyard. It's like somebody going to a fight. You want to fight, but then when you actually get into it, they back down. They don't have the fortitude and they don't have the mentality. And that's what we need to pull this out, man. I am just boiling over this crap.
My thought is we've got a bunch of people in the Senate or the Congress that are former Navy SEALs. Where are they at? I want them kicking people in the teeth with steel boots with some boondockers. Josh Hawley, he went straight to the shitter. Sorry for cussing this morning. Josh Hawley lost me. You know?
Yeah.
Where's Marcus Luttrell's brother? Where's Morgan Luttrell? Navy SEAL.
Yeah.
Where's the guy out of Montana? Navy SEAL. Where are these people? Out of Missouri, there's another congressman, Navy SEAL. Where are they at?
Yeah.
They had a uniform on fighting for their country. They put on a suit and a red tie and a pin, and they suddenly get castrated. Go to freaking hell, man. I'm pissed.
Yeah, I know, man. I'm right with you, brother. I really am, man. I if I wasn't 70 years old and younger, I'd get into ICE right now, man. I even tried at the Amfest to get in and talk to him, but I'm just too damn old. But I'll tell you what, this is disgusting what's happening with people. I'm boiling, man.
I mean, I'll tell you this. Even John Kennedy, the senator, has all the good one-liners, the good old country boy Huckleberry Finn one-liner.
Right.
He voted to send money to Ukraine.
Yeah.
Pisses me off. Thank you for calling. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for getting me even more pissed off. I appreciate it.
Yeah, you betcha, brother. I'm right with you, man.
Good to know. They were castrated by the money. They run on their military backgrounds and then fizzle. Whoever said that, Denise.
Amen. Hallelujah.
I can't argue with you, Denise.
Boom shakalaka.
Denise is right. Lines are open, 615-475-7864. Give me a call. I'm sorry to get fired up, but I am fired up. I am fired up. I'm just as angry as most of you are. And there's a lot of channels that will sit back and tell you what you want to hear. They'll sugarcoat shit. I'm sorry, I don't do that here. Line 3. We're going down the switchboard. What do you got, 3?
Listen, what I'm saying is, I hope you can hear me. If we go to marijuana, if we were to, would that mean that the military court system would be the court system we would use to get around all these democratic?
I hate to say it. I can barely hear you. I wear hearing aids. I can barely hear you. I'm very sorry. Call back when your voice is better. He's got a laryngitis. Bananas and rice with a side of rice. Good. Don't even tell me that. That's going to make me more angry. Lines are open 615-475-7864. Pull out the flamethrower. You're so rude to the people that love you. Kim, I'm not rude. You know what is rude here, Kim? Here, let me try this. Let's go here. Here we go. Let's go rude there, Kim. Now call me rude. Line 2, go right ahead.
It's Cat House, man. How you doing this morning, Ben?
Fired up. I got a flamethrower. What do you got?
I hear you. I'm right next to you. I got something a little bit better than that. You know, I've noticed all over the years when it comes to Republicans, it always turns into a shit show.
I can't think of one Republican right now that I would bet the farm on.
Oh, there's none of them. We've been had, man. And the only thing we can do is vote all of them out. That's the only choice we really are thrown at. Vote them all out, put some new life in there. But you don't know what the future holds with it. You ever notice this? It's good a game. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Here's what I've noticed. Mm-hmm. Even if we vote them out, I don't believe we have anybody to replace them with. The Democrat Party is constantly creating candidates. I don't know if we have any real candidates that we can create. That's just my opinion. You know, the Democrats have a list of people. Man, I'm banning people right and left. There you go. Go right ahead. But I don't know of anybody we can replace them with. You know, I just don't know.
It's kind of a crap shot with anything with it now, isn't it?
I mean, the Speaker of the House reminds me of Kevin from the Wonder Years. John Thune looks like Doc from Back to the Future. I don't know who. Thank you for the call. I appreciate you, brother. God bless you, Cat House. God bless you. Rush Limbaugh was accused of being rude. I love Rush and Ben. Thank you. Patricia, I'm so rude that you've been timed out. Thank you. Appreciate that. Being straight up and to the point is considered rude.
How dare you?
How dare you? Yeah. I don't think I'm rude. And honestly, if you think I'm rude, I'm probably not your cup of tea. And I'm okay with that. Go watch some radical leftist. Go watch somebody that is gonna make you feel good. They're gonna make you feel good. Go watch that, right? Go watch that. Because I don't care. The truth hurts. The truth doesn't give a radical shit about your feelings. Do you think the protesters in Minneapolis care about your feelings? Is that where you're at? Do you think the protesters care about your feelings? Because I don't think they do. And if they don't, I don't. Maybe you're a milquetoast sissy that needs somebody to tuck you in and you need a hot cocoa or some shit. Go get a hot cocoa with some almond milk and a soy latte. I'm sorry. I'm not going to sit here for 4 hours, tell you everything is fourth dimensional chess. I'm not going to do the jazzy hands pushing my glasses up all the time. I'm sorry. My name's Ben. I lived on one of these for 20 years. I don't have time for your games, and I don't have time for your feelings. If your feelings are hurt, I'm probably telling the truth. If your feelings are in the way of the truth, get your feelings out of the way. I got to take a leak.
Everybody's making immigration proposals these days. Let me add mine to the mix. Call it the Limbaugh laws. First, you immigrate to our country, you have to speak the native language. You have to be a professional or an investor. No unskilled workers allowed. Also, there'll be no special bilingual programs in the schools with the Limbaugh laws, no special ballots for elections, no government business will be conducted in your language. Foreigners will not have the right to vote or hold political office. If you're in our country, you cannot be a burden to taxpayers. You are not entitled to welfare or food stamps or other government goodies. You can come if you invest here, an amount equal to 40,000 times a daily minimum wage. If not, stay home. But if you want to buy land, it'll be restricted. No waterfront, for instance. And as a foreigner, you have to relinquish individual rights to the property. And another thing, you don't have the right to protest. You're allowed no demonstrations, no foreign flag waving, no political organizing, no bad-mouthing our president or his policies. You're a foreigner. Shut your mouth or get out. And if you come here illegally, you're going to jail. Now, you think the Limbaugh laws are harsh? Well, every one of the laws I just mentioned are actual laws of Mexico today. That's how the Mexican government handles immigrants to their country. Yet Mexicans come here illegally and protest in our streets. How do you say double standard in Spanish? How about no mas?
Mexico sounds pretty rude. Mexico sounds pretty rude, right? Mexico sounds really rude. Real rude, right? They don't care. Ben, you making me have to go to my safe space. Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy. I love it. Let me ask you this. I'll ask you this. We're going to the members only live stream in about 20 minutes. I hope that you will join the channel as a member. Get in there. Let's go. Bobby in Tennessee. Bobby, F your feelings. What you got? Redheaded with bad teeth.
But I tell you what, the common denominator is, in my opinion, and I'm an expert on my opinion, like you are of yours.
Mm-hmm.
The end result is, if they do overthrow the government and change everything, whoever's in power at the time holds on to the power. And that's all they care about. It doesn't matter what, if there's an R or a D, as long as they're at the top and us minions are at the bottom, that's the way they want to have it. And I swear, that's what I think is going on.
Bobby, we had a little problem with the audio there at the beginning, but no, I understand. Somebody sent me a clip the other day. I think it was George Carlin, the comedian. It's a big club and we're not in it. I'm not in it.
We're being beat to hell with that club.
I mean, a lot of people as well. I love the people in the chat that say I'm mean, angry, rude. I just don't care. I know I'm not some of these other big channels where everything's all smiles and roses, and I'm not your boy, you know, that guy. Yep. I'm not the guy that's going to sit and tell you everything's fourth dimensional chess. I'm not a poetry professor from California. I'm none of those things.
You're not a street artist? Come on.
I'm not a street artist. Exactly. I'm not a reformed Democrat. No, I am a conservative. I don't even think I don't even think I'm a Republican. I'm a conservative.
We're not Republicans on here. We are patriotic Americans who want everything to be according to the Constitution. And they have shot so many holes in the Constitution for their own gain. Now they're using 2A against us when they've been trying to take away our weapons for years. I mean, come on. Aren't you fucking tired of the bullshit?
I am very over it. Bobby, I appreciate you calling. Thank you. God bless you. Stay ugly. Shelly Shavers. Oh, Shelly. Thank you so much for that, Shelly. My husband is saving $130 a month with the Veteran Honor Payback Insurance obtained from your Medicare sponsor. Let me pull this up. Or actually, let me, right there. Wait, right there. Chapter 332-867-1305. Shelly saving $130 a month. I don't know how much that is a year. 130 times 10 would be 1,300, add 260. So they're saving almost $1,600 a year. Shelly, thank you for letting me know that. That is Chapter. They will help you save money on your Medicare program. Absolutely. And Joe just put the link in the chat. Absolutely. Thank you so much, Shelley. It makes my heart warm to know that a fellow veteran is saving $1,500 a year. Let me give you a boom shakalaka.
Amen. Hallelujah. And boom shakalaka.
Thank you so much. Shelley, you're the best. And thank you for sharing that with all of us. That means a lot. Wow. Okay. Let's see here. $20 from Foxy Maroon. Thank you, Foxy Maroon. God bless Ice, $20, Foxy Maroon. Robert Heasley, or is that a B? Robert Heasley, new member. Thank you very much for becoming a member on the channel. Lines are open, 615-475. If you want to get your feelings hurt, call in, right? Or not. I don't think I'm going to hurt your feelings unless you're just uncomfortable with the truth. If you're uncomfortable with the truth, call in. And I am happy to talk to anyone, even people I don't agree with. Right? I'll show you something. Where's that at? Let's go right here. Line 3. What do you got, line 3?
Morning. This is Chief Ellis calling from Southern Illinois.
What's up,
my
Chief?
wife and I were election judges. We got fired.
Mm-hmm.
In 2020, the election was rigged, and we know that. That's going to be coming about. And the electoral vote wasn't counted correctly. They should have, after the objections, they should have halted everything.
Yep.
I believe the government's going to take back over, get things back on right. The military's in control. It's a glorious day every day. Thanks very much for your time today, Ben. Good job. Bye.
Chief Ellis, thank you for your service. Thank you for what you did to this country. I really appreciate you. God bless you. God bless Chief Ellis out of Chicago, Illinois, or around Illinois. Ditto shirt. Yeah, this is this MAGA Ditto shirt has never been worn. Never been worn MAGA Ditto shirt. I've got an autograph Rush book over there. That shirt is way too big. Not for people like, there we go. Let's see here. MAGA must remake the Republican Party this midterm. I don't know how they do it. Lines are open, 615-475-7864. Feel free to give me a call. New members, we got Robert. Thank you so much. Irene Mino became a member. Thank you so much. Rob, $10 super chat. CVN 64 decommissioned. Constellation. He was on the Connie. On the Connie. Line 2. What do you got?
I was just going to point out how organized they are in that signal chat and all that they're doing. And what would make it, if they got back into office, the Democrats, they would do that to us because they've made it very evident that they're coming after us.
They made a movie on Netflix produced by Obama. The Democrat Party always tells you what they're going to do. They they always tell you what they're going to do. Republicans tell you what they want to do, and they never do it. Democrats tell you what they're going to do, and they do it. And they, right now, when Hillary said that people should go to be re-educated, she wasn't joking.
No.
That's what I don't understand. People think that I'm rude. I'm not being rude. I'm urgent. And when you're urgent, you don't have time for people's feelings to get in the way. That's my theory.
Right.
I don't have time for your feelings.
Rude, by the way.
I don't care. But thank you for that. If I'm in a bank and somebody runs in to rob it, do you think the burglar gives a shit if I'm upset? They don't care.
No.
They don't care. The Democrats protesting, they don't care about the feelings of these ICE agents. They don't care about the feelings of these ICE agents' families. Their kids are at home watching their dads be attacked. Their wives are watching their husbands be attacked, watching their husbands' fingers get bitten off. They don't give a shit.
No, they don't. They don't. I just figure they'd probably be
very organized in trying to find all of us Trump supporters if they get back in.
That's what I watched the movie. The Obama movie, they were absolutely hunting people down for their political beliefs. It is the same move that they used after the Civil War when they were wearing white hoods. It is the same actual. There is no difference in the Democrat Party now and the KKK then. Thank you very much for calling. Let's see here. You know what? I think I'm on the last leg from that guy. Goodbye. Let's go. Flush. You're gone. Keep it up, Ben. You're not rude. I think you're worried like most. I am very worried. As someone with a daughter and a wife, I am very, very worried. Janie Valdosta, what you got, Janie?
Yeah, this is Janice from Valdosta.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm 70 years old. I ain't never seen nothing. This country needs to wake the hell up. I am so sick of these rhinos. I'm sick of the Democrats. I was a Democrat in the Kennedy era until 2016. And what is it going to take for our country, for these people to wake the hell up?
Well, let me ask you this. I thought it would have taken a nursing student named Laken Riley getting killed by an illegal. I thought it would have taken our president getting shot. I thought it would have taken Charlie Kirk getting shot. I thought it would have taken Minneapolis getting burned down. I thought it would have taken, all of these women and kids getting smuggled in. But it's not. It's not even that. I don't know what it takes.
They don't have a soul. They don't have a conscience. That's the problem. They bite people's fingers off. They burn cities down. They kill us or try to. And they'll come after us if they get back in power.
JD,
every last one of us.
Let me ask you this. Is what you're seeing now any different than what you saw after Vietnam with all the anti-Vietnam protest? Is there much different?
It's different in the fact that, I don't know, that was what back in Vietnam, it was almost, some of it was like superficial in a way. These people are dead serious. Mm-hmm. They are not playing, and I'm not saying the people after Vietnam were playing. I think they were serious too. I can't explain the difference, but it's different. Okay. This is just deadly. I mean, I've never seen, like I said, I'm 70 years old. I've never seen anything like it. It scares me to death to think that I'm going to leave my children and grandchildren here after I'm gone to possibly live in a society like that.
Yeah. A lot of people in the chat are saying it's more violent now. I agree with that.
It is more violent. Much more violent. Much more violent.
I appreciate it.
And then I just want to tell you, I love your show. Keep up the good work. I'm one of Barry's fans too.
Barry is a fantastic show. Barry's channel is amazing. I love Barry's show a lot. Thank you so much for calling.
Your channel's amazing too, Ben. I'm a member, by the way.
You're the best. I don't care what your liberal neighbors say about you. God bless America. Valdosta, Georgia. I love it. That's around Tallahassee, Florida. My mom lives in Tallahassee. Oh, here we go. Hold on. Here we go. Canadian Sasquatch. Ben, you're rude. Snarking at your subscribers because they don't speak fast enough. Have a bit of compassion. You know what? I'm going to save some people from rude comments from Canadians. Thank you. There you go. There you go. Thank you, Canada Sasquatch. Goodbye. Have a great afternoon. I appreciate you. Thank you for tuning in. Canada you got your own problems. Don't come into my channel and try to start any here. Fix your own channel. How about that? Let's see here. Lines are open. 615-475-7864. Appreciate you calling. Oh, Canada? Yeah. I don't care about Canada. Trump's headed to Iowa? Oh, okay. Lines are open, 615-475-7864. What do you got? Nope. Heard, you'll know why I hung up on you. You'll know why I hung up on you. Being honest is not rude. I just don't care. I literally don't care. Nice flush, pissing my pants laughing. Let's go. Line 3. What do you got, line 3?
Oh, hi. I was wondering what would happen if we were to do an insurrection up there in Minneapolis.
What would happen?
Yeah, I mean, what exactly would that ensue? I mean, would they just lock everybody up or what?
I don't know if there's a judge that would put people into an actual jail. I don't know if there's a judge that would actually put people in jail. That's my thoughts.
Well, that's one thing I want to know. I mean, and then they would fight back, and I don't know, would there be like a civil war? Or do you think it would go to that?
What do you think?
I don't know what to think anymore. I thought they would go in and take care of it a lot earlier than they are.
Yeah. I appreciate you calling. There's a lot on the table. A lot on the table. I don't know what this is going to unfold. I don't know what's going to unfold. Ben, do you think the longer Trump waits to do something that he risks losing support of voters? Here's your choice. Democrats or Trump? Have you trusted Trump so far? Have you trusted Trump so far? Line 2. Go right ahead, line 2. Where are you calling from?
Yes, New Mexico. This is Colin.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, sir. I've been trying to call you for quite a little while. I really appreciate your show. I follow you 100%. So,
what would you like to say this morning? Thank you for the compliment.
I would like to say I think Trump was right along the goat when he talked about cutting the head off a snake. I think we need to do that now.
You think the only option is the Insurrection Act?
I hate to say it's either civil war or the act. That's all I can see. It's not going to get any better.
Yeah. I think throwing around the term civil war is, I don't know. I don't know how that works. I don't know. But I thank you for calling. Thank you so much, sir.
Okay. I love your show.
Appreciate you. Thank you. Michael, Ben, your channel's my favorite. Appreciate you. I'm just a normal dude, man. I'm not here to I'm not a psychologist. I'm not a psychiatrist. I'm not here for your feelings. I don't know. If you like watching, you like watching. If not, I don't care. Thank you for tuning in, I guess. Line 2. What do you got, line 2?
Hi, this is Carol.
Good morning,
from
Carol.
California.
Yes, ma'am.
I just wanted to say, I feel like when they cheated in the last election, I mean, I think we all know that. And then when they found out Trump would have won again, they came up with a plan to flood all the migrants in, the illegal migrants. So that was their plan all along. They spent 4 years spending as much money as they can and bringing the immigrants in and giving them all the money for the votes. So I think that's when they knew they would never be elected again if they didn't do that.
Yeah. I mean, they have, I think she hung up. I think she's absolutely right. They had a plan. The plan is working. That's the way it is right now. We're about to jump over to the members only live stream. Francis Caravello. Oh, I already got Francis. Let's see what Francis said. Francis says, Ben wants debating and hangs up on people. Francis, let me flush you with the most powerful toilet in America. There you go. Most powerful toilet in America. Thank you, Francis. Ben, it's okay. You can go to your safe space. Absolutely. Lines are closed. If you're a member, There's going to be a members only live stream starting in about a minute. And I've got to go over to that right now. So join the channel as a member, get into the members only live stream. It should be a troll free zone. Should be a troll free zone. Join me over in the members only stream. There we go. So there you go. There's the link for that. We need to turn our nation back true to God. Yeah, you're right about that. Lines are closed. Join me over on the members only live stream. I'll be there in just a minute.